You new to Freeside? Haven't seen you around.
What do we have here? Another petitioner for the king? Anything's possible, I suppose. How much is it worth to you to meet the big man? You know what? I like you. Half the people around here, they forget who runs this place. Head on through. The king's the bored-looking guy by the stage. Can't fucking miss him. Go on. The king's a busy man. Be grateful for this opportunity.
There was some kind of explosion to the east a little while ago. Is the fighting started?
Lasers, plasma, pistols.
We've got stuff we're not even allowed to sell, people. Only at Mick and Ralph's. We've got... stuff we're not even allowed to sell, people. Oh.
Make a brief stop at the Atomic Wrangler, where the booze is cheaper, the table's more friendly, and the women...
Welcome to the Silver Rush, New Vegas' best source of laser and plasma weapons. I'm afraid I'm going to have to search you before letting you in. The only weapons allowed on the premises are the ones we're selling. It should only take a moment. There, I've stored all of your weapons. You're clear to enter. When you leave, I'll hand them all back to you.
The bosses are having a meeting. You'll have to wait until it's over.
Mr. Soren, please get to the point. The second half of your payment is late, and I want to know why.
Miss Van Graff, my associates and I have decided that we wish to renegotiate the terms of our deal.
Might I ask for what reason? The shipment was delivered. The guns were tested before leaving this facility.
Regardless, we feel that the quality of the weapons is below expectation and hope to adjust the price accordingly.
Ah, I think I understand what the issue here is. Excuse me for a moment, would you? Do it. Never break faith with the Van Graffs, Miss... I expect you'll have the rest of our payment ready tomorrow morning. Okay, everyone. Show's over. Back to work. Welcome to the Silver Rush, where only top-of-the-line energy weapons can be found. What can I do for you? Not at all. Look around, and you'll notice two things. First, we don't lack for security. I'm not worried about anyone breaking in here or stealing our goods. Not that we don't occasionally have attempts, but even those prove useful. Do you know how much target dummies cost? Back to my point. The second thing you'll notice is that we do not sell cheap merchandise. Everything here is second to none. People who buy Van Graff goods typically don't care where they have to go to get them. This place is certainly lively, that's for sure. Did you want to know something specific about it? Ah, the rulers of Freeside. The Kings are a bunch of boys who refuse to grow up, and this is their playground. Their leader seems different, though. The few times I've dealt with him, I've been impressed, despite myself. Unfortunately, he rarely acts. The Kings believe that everyone in Freeside can do whatever they want, provided they can back it up with force. Which suits us just fine. When we first arrived in Freeside, the Kings protested when we kicked out the original occupant of this establishment. When we reduced several of their members to glowing puddles of goo, their objections vanished. Since then, we've left each other alone. Suits me. What did you have in mind? Bye. Welcome to the Silver Rush. Of course.
Hello. Come to the Silver Rush for all your energy weapon needs.
All right. I'll see you later. Hey, man, what are you up to?
Later.
Yikes!
Move along.
Sure, later.
Hello.
No violence is permitted on the strip.
One of the ranger vets looked at me and I just about surrendered.
When I got this assignment, I was hoping there'd be more gambling.
More news for you. Traders will avoid European turn Hello. I trust you have something to report concerning the Freeside situation? Yes? Do you have something to report? Killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Excellent. You've done a great service for the NCR. Now, you're probably wondering about your reward. This has been something of a hot-button topic, so I was able to secure this for you. Well, I don't officially have access to any more funds, but here. This is from me personally. There's more coming your way, too. I've received a message from Colonel Moore up at Hoover Dam. She's been following your exploits and has requested that you meet with her. You're not officially in the employ of the NCR, so there's nothing forcing you to go. But I'd go see her sooner rather than later. The Colonel is not someone you want to keep waiting. With House dead, we'll have Vegas annexed before the year's out. Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter. Glad you're with us.
President Kimball's gonna arrive pretty soon to give a speech and meet that wounded soldier. With House dead, we'll have Vegas annexed before the year's out.
Colonel Moore survived 4 tours against the Brotherhood back west. If anyone can help take on the Legion, it's her.
Glad you're with us. Nelson's back in our hands. I hope we can defend it this time.
Good, you made it. I've been receiving reports about the savior of the NCR for a while now, and wanted to meet you myself. You've proven yourself especially capable, and right now I can use all the capable people I can get. Crocker gets handed the fluff missions that no one else wants to do. When people need something really important done, they come to me. Usually I dispatch 1 or more rangers to see these things through, but I'm a little short-handed at the moment. Think you're up for a real mission? Since the majority of my men are on assignment dealing with the Legion, I need someone to handle other matters that have arisen. Make no mistake, there's a battle coming, and I intend to make sure there are no loose ends when the time comes. One such loose end is a gang known as the Great Khans. Have you heard of them? Then I don't need to tell you that they can be a pain in the ass. The NCR has a rather sordid history with them, and I'm concerned that we'll find them aiding our enemies when the Legion attack comes. That is, unless we get to them first. I want you to visit them in their canyons to the far west and make sure they're in no shape to join the Legion. They're just another gang of raiders as far as I'm concerned, so deal with them appropriately. Any questions? Then you'll need to make sure none of them are left to do so. Any other questions? I can't lend you any troops, but I've already sent word to Quartermaster Barden that you're to be given full access to our hardware. You'll have to pay for what you take, however. We can't afford to give away equipment. Did you have any other questions? Don't fool yourself. I've dealt with enough of these gangs to know that they can't be trusted. Was there anything else? Good. I look forward to hearing of your progress. Dismissed.
We won't go quietly. The Legion can count on that. Man, I'm exhausted. Moore's got us running drills non-stop.
Always nice to have a friend of the NCR around. What can I help you with? Sure thing.
Give me a shout if you need anything else.
Bye.
Hey. We won't go quietly. The Legion...
Hey, what's up? Right on. What have you got? Right on. Let's have it. Groot-alicious. That ought to rake in the caps. What do I owe you? Here you go. This'll give you some zing. Right on. What have you got? Right on. Let's have it. Groot-alicious. That ought to rake in the caps. What do I owe you? Here you go. This'll give you some zing. Right on. What have you got? Right on. Let's have it. Groot-alicious. That... Here's a little tink-tink to weight your pockets. Right on. What have you got? Right on. Let's have it. Groot-alicious. That... Here you go. This'll give you some zing. Take it easy, dude.
Huh? Rumor from the Strip is that House is dead. I hope the old bastard choked on his own tongue.
It's always a pleasure to see you around the camp. Have you now? Well, you're a bold one, I'll give you that. But why should I do this for you? Ha! The great Khans will not be slaves. Caesar himself has promised us the land from here to the Colorado and the freedom to raid as we see fit. I won't hear any more talk against Caesar or his alliance. The great Khans will answer Caesar's call to war, and the NCR will pay for their crimes. Farewell.
I haven't seen you before. What brings you to the Great Khans? That's a complicated question. They've done horrible things to our people, to be sure, and I've gladly killed many of their soldiers in battle. But I can't bring myself to hate them the way Papa does. Things would damn sure be better for us if they were in charge than Caesar. I suppose if asked, I would. But that's a moot point, because Papa's in charge now, and he's not going anywhere. Until next time.
Been doing a lot of good work out there. All right, then. Sir.
Hey, welcome aboard.
We won't go quietly.
Yes. Did you have an update on the Khans? An alliance? That's an interesting proposition. Any plan where I can throw packs of raiders at the enemy instead of my own soldiers is a good one. We don't have time for diplomacy. This battle is coming any time now. If the leader won't be budged, he'll have to be replaced. I want you to go back to Red Rock Canyon and assassinate this Papa Khan. You'll have to be stealthy. If they see you do it, they'll kill you. Here, take this lockpicking gear. Your best bet is to wait until late at night, find a back door, or catch him by surprise when he's alone. Good luck, soldier. Dismissed.
The Legion can count on that.
Colonel Moore survived. We won't go quiet. The Legion.
You honor the great Khans with your presence. What can I do to help you? Without Papa Khan's guidance, I don't know what else to do. All right, you can tell the NCR the great Khans will fight for them when Caesar attacks. Until next time.
Hello.
Hey, welcome aboard.
I sure hope I get to meet President Kimball.
Yes. Did you have an update on the Khans? Excellent. You've done very well indeed. These tribals will make useful machete fodder. And if it should turn out we need their land later, well, it's not like we don't have the force to drive them out again. In the meantime, however, I have something else I want you to look into. We've had some disturbing reports recently concerning the Omertas, one of the 3 families that run the Strip. Our intelligence has discovered that high-ranking members of the Omertas have been having clandestine meetings for the past several months. We haven't been able to determine whom they've been meeting with, but if it's Caesar's men, we'll need to act. I need you to uncover what they're up to and stop it if it threatens the NCR. Any questions? I wouldn't dismiss it that lightly, but it's nothing we need to get involved with for now. Good work, I suppose. Now that that's out of the way, let's see. Mr. House was a concern, but someone conveniently dealt with him for us. Oh, that reminds me. You might be happy to know that your efforts haven't gone unnoticed. The brass have been throwing around the idea of having the president visit the dam for a while now, to rally the troops and boost morale and such. With our recent achievements, they finally feel secure enough to stage the damn thing. But while it's being planned, I have one last mission for you. Several years ago, we managed to wrest the Helios 1 solar power station from the Brotherhood of Steel chapter local to this area. It was a crushing victory, but no one's heard a peep from the Brotherhood since. Most people assume the Brotherhood is scattered and not a threat. Recently, we've had scouts go missing in an area west of Helios, and I'm concerned that the Brotherhood is involved. I want you to find them, and once you do, finish them for good. Any questions? No. Just because you secured the aid of the Khans, assuming they don't try to kill us, don't think the Brotherhood will be so easily swayed. These are people that both hate us and outgun us. There can be no compromise. Anything else? A fair question, and one I've had our strategists think about for some time. Their consensus is that we must focus on the one thing we can count on. With the Brotherhood, that's their obsessive attachment to technology. They'd never go anywhere that didn't have working power. I'm willing to bet that wherever they're hiding, there's a working reactor powering their equipment. That's their vulnerability. Detonate that reactor, and we can safely cross the Brotherhood off our list of concerns. Was there anything else? Dismissed.
Hello.
won't go quiet.
There you are. A few of us want to thank you for being such a good friend to the Brotherhood. So we set aside some of our recycled energy cells. We'll leave a few of them in that footlocker in the corner every so often. The Paladins scoff at using recycled ammo, so no one should mind.
NCR military transmissions say the robots on the strip have been upgraded. Wish we had eyes on it.
There've been reports that the NCR has moved.
Welcome, outsider. Welcome. The lockdown has been officially lifted, and everyone seems to be in good spirits. With the surface open to us once again, Hardin's already started talk of sending a force out to attack Helios, but I hope to dissuade him. What can I do for you? I suppose it was only a matter of time. I wonder if, given the NCR's current situation, they would consider a truce of sorts. We've given up our claim to Helios, and we don't have any interest in claiming Hoover Dam, so our ambitions are not at crossed purposes. Perhaps it's time for a new strategy. Go to the NCR commander and tell her the Brotherhood is willing to put aside our enmity for the time being. Further, tell her that we are willing to send troops to aid in their coming defense of the dam. My guess is they're in no position to refuse.
Mr. House is out of the picture. Probably killed by his own robots.
You've been outside. Is the NCR really still hunting us?
Need some grub?
sure hope I get to meet President Kimball.
Has the Brotherhood been found? And you believed them? Do you have any idea how long we've been fighting those bastards? Ugh, Crocker will have a field day with this. He'll want to establish diplomatic relations with them, for Pete's sake. But we've got more important matters to attend to. The President is due to arrive soon, and we're sure the Legion won't waste such an opportunity. I want you to assist the security detail we've prepared for the President. His safety is critical to maintaining the men's fighting spirit. Go up to the Visitor Center and speak to Ranger Grant. He's in charge of security during the President's visit. Dismissed.
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
Evening.
Hanlon's pretty legendary. People talk about what he did at the first battle of Hoover Dam with awe and respect. Word is you're getting popular in the Strip. I hear the Securitron. It seems that the territories are about to blow up. I hear a troublesome Legion camp got razed to the ground. Hey, I miss California.
Nice job out there. Colonel Moore survived 4 tours against the Brotherhood back west.
It seems that the
Anybody can help
territories
take
are
on
about to
the
blow
Legion,
up.
it's her. We signed a treaty with the Great Khans.
Move along. Don't bother to watch yourself. We're watching for you.
Every Securitron on the network has been upgraded. Pretty neat, huh? Wow! You really blew up all those Securitrons at the fort. Great! No problem! Please, go on. Problem solved. Quick and to the point. I like the way you work. That's 1 down, 4 to go. Really? Okay, that sounds fun. That's not aiding an enemy. Not when you do it. That's 2 down, 3 to go. You'd think it'd be bad for the Strip, but I guess it must be good. Yeah! Take the Strip down a notch or 2, right? That'll show it. Okay. That's 3 down, 2 to go. Say no more, say no more. If you say they're good, they're good. That's 4 down, just 1 to go. Really? Well, that's a surprise. They'll really want to blow me up. But maybe dumb machines like me ought to get blown up and scrapped for salvage. Who knows? Not me. That accounts for all the tribes you needed to get to know. You did a super job wrapping things up, and I'm not just saying that because I have to. Here's some big news. I decoded a military radio transmission, and it turns out the NCR president, Aaron Kimball, is going to visit Hoover Dam. I guess he wants to boost the troops' morale, but according to projections Mr. House made, he has an 83.75% chance of being assassinated. Whoops. Anyway, it looks like Mr. House thought it was important to keep President Kimball alive. Mr. House ran projections on how the NCR public will react to a defeat at Hoover Dam. Overwhelmingly, they'll blame Kimball. But if Kimball dies at Hoover Dam, there's no obvious scapegoat for them to blame, so they'll blame New Vegas instead. So that means reduced tourism for up to 5 years. The equations are pretty complicated. Mr. House sure liked numbers. Great. A ranger named Graham has been placed in charge of security for the president's visit. You'll want to talk to him. Once the president is safe, there's one more thing for you to take care of. This gadget I'm handing you is called an override module. Mr. House had 2 of these made years and years ago. Just like him to think ahead. Take the module to the El Dorado substation and attach it to the power control terminal. I'll handle the rest. I'll use the substation to send a huge jolt of electricity to the Lucky 38. Turns out this casino has its own reactor. All it needs is a jump start. With the reactor running at full tilt, I can boost the transmission strength of the Lucky 38's command and control network. I'm talking direct tactical control of dozens of Securitrons at vast distances. That might come in handy. It's probably a good thing that you blew up those hundreds of Securitrons over at the fort. Controlling hundreds might have been confusing. Great! When this is taken care of, we'll be all set for the Legion to make its move.
I've heard of you. I'm glad you're here to help us out. This is a delicate matter, and we need all the help we can get from people we can trust.
If
got a lot to do to prepare for the President's visit, and not much time. Once we start, we'll be on a strict timetable. Are you ready? Good. The President doesn't arrive until tomorrow. Get some rest. I'll brief you in the morning. Glad you could join us. Most of my men are already on duty, and the crowd has already started gathering outside. We've got a busy day ahead of us. The plan is to get through today without the shit hitting the fan. So I'll be overseeing the security team personally, and keeping in constant contact with people over the radio. It's a good bet that the Legion is gonna try something today, so we have to be prepared for anything. We'll do whatever it takes to get the President through this visit in one piece. President Kimball is arriving shortly. If you want to do any last-minute security sweeps or take a look around for anything suspicious, do it now. Once you're ready, meet me outside on the observation deck. Don't take too long.
When I got this assignment, I was hoping there'd be more gambling.
We won't go quietly. The Legion can count on that.
Hey, have you finished your security sweep? Looks like that's his vertibird coming right now. It's showtime. Let's not mess this up. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some security procedures to oversee.
Thank you, my fellow Californians, who have come so far to answer the call to service put forth by the Republic. It is for you that I have come here, and it is because of you that I am able to do so. We enjoy our privileges because you take the greatest of risks, and are prepared to make the most noble sacrifices. It is because of men and women like Private First Class Jeremy Watson that Nevada and the new California Republic remain free and secure. Born in a tin shack on the outskirts of One Pine, Jeremy Watson never had it easy. His father was a caravan guard on the short route, and his mother, like many Californians, braved the ruins of the old world as a prospector. They suffered through water shortages, raider attacks, and the Brotherhood War. Like our mighty Sierra Nevadas, they endured. But the time came when they could no longer shoulder the burden alone. 12 years ago, they called out for help, and the Republic heard them. Troopers, rangers, just like you, answered the clarion call. Men and women stepped forward to say, I will carry the weight. And at Owens Lake, we made true on our promise, driving out the raider tribes to establish a lasting peace in the eastern Sierra Nevadas. We carried the weight, And though we left behind many of our brothers and sisters on that battlefield, it did not break us. 10 years ago, Chief Elise met with representatives of the Desert Rangers to discuss terms of what would become the Ranger Unification Treaty. The treaty was more than a resolution to welcome the Desert Rangers into the Republic. It was a covenant to protect Southern Nevada against Caesar's Legion and the tyranny of his regime. There are some back home who ask me, but who are we protecting? What does Nevada to us? Sometimes we forget that the light of our society shines beyond our borders. Sometimes we take those privileges for granted that our forebears fought so hard to achieve. We must always remember that wherever Californians stand, we carry our principles with us. Equal respect, representation, and protection under the laws of a just republic. This was the same fire that burned in the heart of the old world that preceded us. We are the heirs of that civilization, torchbearers eastward of the Pacific, into the darkness of this wasted land. When the Republic called on the men and women of California to carry that fire across the Mojave, Jeremy Watson answered. You answered. Together you carried the weight. And when PFC Watson's platoon came under attack at Forlorn Hope, he took the greatest risk. Not only for his fellow Californians, but for California itself. He was prepared to make the most noble of sacrifices to defend the principles of our republic, even here, on Nevada soil. His actions are a beacon to all of us who stand here today in tribute to his valor. Private First Class Jeremy Watson, on behalf of the Senate and people of the new California Republic, it is my honor to present you with the Star of Sierra Madre. Not far from this spot, a monument.
transmission cables are all underground. Good thing. The old war might have knocked...
Stay out of the control room and enclosure, or there's gonna be trouble. Got it? My folks back home got lights at night thanks to what we're doing here.
Move along. Don't think we aren't watching. Goodbye. Enjoy your time in Vegas.
Don't you love seeing the Lucky 38 all lit up? Sign of things to come. Too bad about President Kimball and everything. But hey, stuff happens, right? Exciting news! The Legion's massing troops in a staging area east of the dam. Attack imminent! Monster of the East ready to roll! Great! So I've been looking over Mr. House's force projections and running some calculations. It turns out there's only one way for us to win this battle and make it stick. We have to render Hoover Dam inoperable. That's exactly why this will work. Just hear me out. You remember how the Securitron army at the fort got destroyed? For very, very good reasons, of course. Well, the problem is that's left us with enough Securitrons to drive off a weakened NCR for us, but not enough to keep them from coming back. So what we do is take away the whole reason why they'd want to come back. Smart, huh? Not the whole thing, thank goodness. That'd be really hard. All you have to do is destroy the power generators. Without the generators, Hoover Dam's just a big bunch of concrete. Take this override module. It's just like the one you used at the El Dorado substation. Install the override module on the terminal in the power control room. I'll disable the generator failsafes, and you can do the rest. Good luck! See you at the dam.